Hey everyone, my name is Devon Joshi. I'm with the STARS Leadership Corps at Winthrop University, and here's a quick video trying to explain the hierarchy and the structure of an HTML document. And so a lot of the information I'm going to be going over today can also be found at w3schools.com, but hopefully you can find all the information between this video and this website to help you learn how HTML works. Okay, and so I'm going to be using Notepad and also a program called Notepad++. Notepad++ is just a plain text editor, just like Notepad. The only difference is that when I type in HTML stuff, it puts nice little colors. And I'm going to be using my examples in Notepad++ just to show that, just to show things that help me out and will help you see different things like tags. But you don't need that. You can have just something plain like Notepad or a text edited in Mac to write your HTML up, and it'll work the exact same way. Okay, so the structure always begins with the doctype tag. Okay, and doctype basically tells the web browser, whether it's Internet Explorer or Google Chrome or Firefox, what am I looking at, and it's always a good thing. It's always a good habit to put the doctype tag in your HTML document, and it's always the first thing that you should see. And so in this case, since we have just a plain old HTML file, you can see that my doctype is of HTML, and then it gives the versions. So that way when the browser reads it, it knows exactly what it's dealing with and then can properly go through and assign what it needs to assign. Okay. As you come down through the HTML document, HTML is a pretty simple language because it's all structured based off of tags. Okay, and tags are basically pointing blocks. It's telling the browser, hey, now you're looking at this. Hey, now you're looking at that. And it helps the browser figure out, okay, what do I need to do with all these words and numbers that I'm dealing with here? So after the doctype, you'll see that you have HTML right here. And for every open tag, so what we have here is called an open tag, and there's a corresponding closing tag. Okay, so you have HTML, and at the end of the very document, I should see a closing HTML tag, and the closing is denoted by the / and then the tag itself. Okay, you come down and first you have the head. Okay, so a good way to think about it is the HTML is everything. It's the whole document, and then the whole document has a head and a body. Okay, the head is basic information, things like a title. Okay, other information, you can put things that are called meta tags. You can send links to other external documents here, and then the body is actually what you're reading. Okay, so we'll mess around with that a little bit, and I'll show you some other things using the head. Okay, the body comes down here, and then notice that you can have all sorts of content. I can type simple text. I can use the P tag, P for paragraph, which will set paragraph type stylings. Okay, I can do the UL tag, which is an unordered list and has elements used by the LIs, an ordered list, and then various headings. I can also add things like images here, videos, but for the purpose of this first introductory video, that's, I think, more than enough. What's important to see here again, that every tag that we have right here on the document has a matching end tag. Okay. Also notice how I've tabbed. So the head tag is within the HTML tag, so I tab it over. I do that mostly because it's easier to read the document that way. So you have to find a problem, or if you want to go back and edit things, you don't have this one big jumbled up mess. It adds structure. Okay, and it's also a good coding convention. You want to write your code in a way that so someone else can easily look at it and read it, for most purposes anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make one change here, and let's look at what this document looks like inside the browser. Okay, so I saved this as index.html, and I saved it on my desktop, and I can open it up. And there you go. So I'm going to actually do a screen by screen to kind of walk through the doc. Okay, so here we have the title tag, and the text is, this is a title. The title tag changes what title of the document. Okay, if I didn't have a title tag, because I saved this file as index.html, you'd see index.html here. Okay, something like that. As we go down, we can see in the body, this is some content. Yep. You can see the paragraphs, how they're divided up here. And then you can see my list styles that I have over on the bottom end. Okay, so the first type of list we have is an unordered list, which is what we like to call a bulleted list. So you can see 1, 2, and 3 have bullets applied to them. The ordered list, A, B, and C, with the numbers applied. And then my headings as they go down. Just remember that you always need to be very mindful of your structure and always have an opening and closing tag. Now, browsers today are very forgiving, which means that sometimes if you forget a tag like this end H5, it might very well continue on and say, oh, well, he probably meant this or she probably meant this. Okay? But just because a browser is forgiving doesn't mean that your grading is going to be forgiving either. So be mindful, follow some simple steps, and just make sure that as long as you keep your code nice, even, and organized, you'll be able to spot mistakes. So in future videos, we're going to go through and dive deeper into the tags and their meanings and start to piece things together and show real-world examples.